Hey everyone, and welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to be looking at coding in 2025.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, you sent over this YouTube video by Pitt.
Right.
He's a coding expert who works with these big tech and fintechs companies.
Yeah. Seems like he really wants to get everyone coding.
He does. He does. So we're going to jump right into his take on why coding is so important right now
Why?
and what you might face as you're learning.
Makes sense. Well, he really stresses how fast everything's changing.
Yeah.
Like technology is just moving so quickly, and coding is at the center of it all.
At the heart of it.
Yeah. And it's really fascinating to see how that translates into such a high demand for anyone who knows how to code.
Right.
Like all these tech
It's
professionals.
huge demand.
Yeah, so many job opportunities are opening up.
He actually says skyrocketing.
It is.
So if you're looking to switch careers or boost your current one,
Yeah,
coding's a pretty good thing to have.
definitely. And this is where his perspective gets really interesting.
Okay.
He talks about AI. It's becoming more and more a part of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't see it as this scary thing. He actually sees it as a huge opportunity for coders.
Okay.
He says AI won't replace coders,
Oh, good.
but it'll make them even more efficient and even more creative.
We're not going to be replaced by robots. We're going to be working alongside them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
Okay.
He gives this example of a doctor
Mm-hmm.
who can use AI to automate all these tedious tasks.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, free up more time to focus on their patients.
Right.
Or a marketer who
Mhm.
can use AI to analyze tons of data
Yeah.
and create super targeted campaigns. So it's all about using coding to work smarter, not harder.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Harness the power of AI.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But you know what I found really inspiring was his personal story
Oh, yeah.
about creating an app to help himself remember chores.
I love that story.
Makes coding feel so much more accessible. Like
Well,
anyone can do it
Help
to
it.
make their lives easier.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And that's what's so great about it. It empowers you to be a creator,
Yes.
not just a consumer.
Right.
So instead of just using apps and software that are out there,
Yeah.
you can build your own solutions tailored to what you need.
It's like going from reading a book to writing your own.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
The possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And it's not just about creating apps. He really argues that the whole process of learning to code strengthens your problem-solving skills.
Oh,
Your
absolutely.
logical thinking.
Which are valuable everywhere,
And it's true
not just in tech.
in any profession.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like coding forces you to break down problems into these smaller steps.
Yeah, more manageable.
And then you have to think through each step logically.
It's so valuable,
Yeah.
no matter what you do.
Whether you're a doctor or a teacher or even like a chef.
It's true. Think about it in your daily life. Like if you can deconstruct a problem at work
Yeah.
and approach it systematically and present like a well-reasoned solution,
That's powerful.
it's the power of a coder's mindset.
It's like learning a new way to think,
It is.
a more structured way, a more efficient way.
Precisely. And when you combine that with the actual technical skills
Yes.
that coding gives you, it's no surprise that it gives you a competitive edge
Huge.
in the job market.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you stand out and really advance your career.
Okay, so we've got job opportunities,
Yep.
problem-solving skills,
Uh-huh.
even personal empowerment.
A lot.
It sounds like coding is the key to unlocking all these possibilities. But Pitt doesn't just focus on the good stuff, right?
Double checker got it.
He also acknowledges the challenges
Right.
that come with learning to code.
He's very upfront about the fact that it takes dedication
Yeah.
and consistent effort. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme
Yeah.
or a magic bullet. You have to put in the time
Yeah.
and the work.
You have to do the work.
You do. And he's honest about the learning curve,
But
too.
yeah.
Like, at the beginning, it can be pretty steep. And it's really important to push through those moments when you get frustrated,
Yes, when you feel stuck.
when you feel like you're not making any progress.
Exactly.
But what's important is that you don't give up.
Gotta have the right mindset.
It's not just about talent. It's about resilience, that willingness to push through the tough stuff.
When you feel overwhelmed.
Exactly. It's like
Yeah.
training for a marathon.
All right.
You're not going to run 26 miles your first day.
Yeah.
You have to build up to it.
Yeah.
You need that mental toughness.
It's a good analogy.
And just like with marathon training,
Yeah.
there are going to be days when you want to quit.
Oh, for sure.
But if you stick with it, the rewards are huge.
They are. Okay, so we got the dedication, we got the resilience.
I do.
But then there's another challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping up with technology.
Right.
It's like it's changing so fast.
That warp speed.
It's like trying to hit a moving target.
He says keeping up with technology And it's a perfect way to describe it. Because things are constantly changing. New languages,
Yeah.
new frameworks, new tools.
All the time.
It's a lot.
It can feel overwhelming,
It can.
but he doesn't want us to be discouraged,
He doesn't. Instead, he wants us to see it as an opportunity.
to learn and grow.
Yeah, continuously.
So instead of like racing against time,
Right.
we should see it as like this lifelong journey of discovery and learning.
Exactly.
That's much less intimidating.
It is. And then there's the challenge of all the resources out there
Oh my gosh, yes.
for learning to code.
It's like drinking from a fire hose.
It's like drowning in a sea of tutorials and courses.
So many platforms.
I know he even talks about feeling overwhelmed himself just by the sheer number of options.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, it's like walking into a giant library
Yeah.
and you have no idea where to start.
It can be paralyzing.
Yeah,
So before you even start learning,
right.
you need to take a step back
Yeah.
and ask yourself some questions.
Yeah.
Like, what do I want to achieve with coding?
What am I interested in?
What kind of learner am I? Once you understand those things, you can start to narrow down your options and find the resources that are the best fit. And then there's that final challenge, staying motivated, especially when it feels like you're not making progress.
Or when you hit a roadblock.
Coding can be tough,
It can be.
and it's easy to get discouraged.
So easy. But that's where community comes in.
Yes.
Having a support system. People who understand what you're going through.
People who can offer encouragement.
Yeah, it can make a huge difference.
It's like having a running buddy
Totally.
who pushes you to keep going.
When you want to give up, that support system can make all the difference.
Absolutely.
And there are so many coding communities out there,
I
online and offline, where you can connect with other learners.
Yeah, ask for help, share experiences.
Exactly. It's all about finding your tribe
I like that.
and supporting each other.
Okay, so we've talked about the excitement of coding,
Yeah.
the potential it unlocks,
Oh,
and the very real challenges you might face.
we've laid a good foundation here.
I think so too. But let's shift gears in part two
Okay.
and really examine those benefits that Pitt highlights and how they could apply to you.
Sounds good.
See you there.
So we covered the basics, but let's really get into those advantages of learning to code.
Yeah,
Pitt really emphasizes the job opportunities,
right.
which is something I think a lot of people are drawn to.
Absolutely.
Coding skills can open doors to so many different careers, especially in these industries that are expected to just boom,
Oh, yeah.
like in the next few years.
In the coming years?
We're talking web development, data science, cybersecurity, AI, machine learning.
It's like a golden ticket to the most exciting fields out there.
Exactly. And the way he connects coding to the AI revolution is fascinating.
Okay.
He believes that learning to code actually allows you to use AI to your advantage.
Instead of being replaced by it.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's key.
He's not saying AI is going to take over everything.
Right.
He's saying it's a tool
Okay.
that coders can use. Got it.
To do amazing things.
So instead of being afraid of AI, we should embrace it.
Learn how to work with it.
Yeah.
It's about harnessing AI's power through coding
Okay.
and solving these complex problems that we never could before.
It's almost like having a superpower, right?
It is.
You can analyze tons of data, automate tasks, create intelligent systems.
like things that can learn and adapt on their own.
It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And remember his example about the app for remembering chores?
Yes, such a good story.
It's such a good example of how coding empowers you to be a creator.
Absolutely. It's not just for big companies.
Right.
It's about solving everyday problems, making your own life easier.
And that's what makes it feel so accessible.
Exactly.
It's like I could do that
Anyone can. It's about taking control of technology.
instead of letting it control us.
Yes,
Yeah.
shaping it to fit your vision.
Yeah. And it's not just about the apps.
Right.
He talks about how coding makes you a better problem solver.
Yes. Strengthens that logical thinking.
In any field. It's so true. I've even seen people use coding in fields like archaeology
Really?
to analyze data and create these 3D models of ancient sites.
Wow.
It's amazing how widely applicable this skill set is.
Okay, so even if I'm not trying to be a software engineer,
Right.
learning to code can still help me.
In so many ways.
It's like a brain workout.
It is.
Makes you a better thinker.
Exactly. And when you combine that with those in-demand technical skills,
Yeah.
it makes sense why it gives you such an edge in the job market.
Such a competitive advantage.
It really does. Helps you stand out and get that dream job.
Maybe even negotiate a higher salary
Absolutely.
and advance more quickly.
Much more quickly. And beyond all the practical benefits,
Yeah.
he also talks about the personal satisfaction
Okay.
and the fulfillment that you get from coding.
The joy of building something.
Yeah, seeing your ideas come to life.
That's really cool.
It's a great feeling.
It's like when you solve a tough puzzle.
Yes, or master a new recipe.
There's a sense of accomplishment
Pride in creating something.
with your own two hands.
And that confidence can spread to other areas of your life, too.
I can see that.
You can take on new challenges, pursue your passions.
It's like unlocking a potential within yourself.
It is like realizing you're capable of more.
That's empowering.
Exactly.
Mm.
So we've seen how coding can lead to job opportunities, better problem-solving skills, a competitive edge, and even personal growth.
It's a pretty incredible skill to have.
It really is.
But we got to remember
Yeah.
that Pitt's not sugarcoating the challenges.
He's not.
He's upfront about the time commitment,
Right.
the effort.
The potential frustration.
He's realistic.
Yeah, he's honest about it.
Oh,
He's not promising a quick fix.
no.
It takes dedication, perseverance.
You have to be willing to embrace the challenges.
Exactly. And we can't forget about how technology is constantly evolving.
Oh, he's changing.
New programming languages, frameworks, tools.
You can feel like you're constantly playing catch up.
He uses this phrase, keeping up with technology,
Yeah.
and it really captures that feeling.
Like it's this moving target we're
Yeah.
always chasing.
And while it's true that coding gives you control over AI, there are some things to keep in mind.
Okay.
We need to use these tools responsibly,
That's a good point.
but he doesn't want us to get discouraged.
Right.
It's an opportunity to learn and grow.
It's a lifelong journey.
That's a great way to look at it.
Mm.
And then there's the challenge of all the resources out there.
Oh my gosh. So many resources.
It's overwhelming.
It can feel like you're drowning in a sea of tutorials.
Courses, platforms.
He even talks about feeling overwhelmed himself.
Yeah, with all the options.
So I think a lot of people can relate to that.
It's like you walk into this giant library and you have no idea where to even begin.
It can be paralyzing.
It can.
So before you even start,
Mm-hmm.
you need to ask yourself, what do I want to achieve?
What am I interested in?
What kind of learner am I?
What's my learning style?
Once you figure those things out,
Right.
then you can narrow down your options.
Find the resources that fit you best. And then there's that final challenge he mentions.
Staying motivated.
Especially when progress is slow.
Or you hit a roadblock.
It can be tough.
Coding's not always easy.
It's not.
Hmm.
And that's where having a community can really help.
That support system.
People who understand.
People who encourage you.
It makes such a difference.
Like having a running buddy.
Exactly. Someone to push
When
you.
you want to quit.
There's so many great coding communities out there.
I know.
Online and offline.
It's amazing. So while Pitt paints this really compelling picture of the benefits,
Yeah.
he doesn't shy away from the challenges.
Right.
He's honest about it. But he also gives us encouragement
And practical advice.
for overcoming those challenges.
Exactly.
Now, I'm excited to dive into the resources
Oh, yeah.
that he recommends
Me too.
for learning how to code.
Let's break it down.
Okay. So let's talk resources.
Yeah, he actually lays out a pretty good roadmap
He does. He does.
for getting started.
He's a big fan of online platforms.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like Coursera, Udemy, edX.
Those are good ones.
I like that they have structured courses.
Mhm.
Makes it easy to follow along.
It's like having a clear path,
Yeah,
especially if you're someone who likes structure.
like me.
And what's great about those platforms is you're getting courses from like top universities
Yeah.
and industry experts.
So it's high quality education,
It is.
but without the cost.
And you can do it from anywhere.
Right.
It's amazing how technology is doing that.
Democratizing knowledge.
Yeah, exactly. He also mentions those coding boot camps.
Oh, yeah, like zero to mastery.
Yeah.
That seemed pretty intense.
They're like crash courses.
Designed to get you job ready fast.
Yeah, in a few months.
It's a testament to the demand
Right.
that those programs exist.
People need coders now.
Yeah. But what about people who aren't ready to quit their jobs?
Oh, not everyone can do a boot camp.
To go all in on coding? He mentions free resources, too.
Oh, he does.
Which is great.
That's awesome. He recommends sites like FreeCodeCamp.
And Codecademy. They have interactive tutorials.
Okay.
You can learn the basics for free. I've actually used Codecademy.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, it's really fun and engaging.
I might have to check that out.
You should. He also suggests checking out local community colleges.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Sometimes they have affordable classes.
Right, in our communities.
Yeah,
It's easy to forget about those resources.
it is. So it's really about exploring those options.
Yeah.
Finding what works for you.
What fits your learning style?
Your budget, your time commitment.
Exactly.
There's no one right way. And for those who learn best by doing, Pitt
Okay.
recommends open source projects.
Oh, yeah. on GitHub.
Yeah, that's a great way to get real-world experience.
Mm-hmm.
You can collaborate with others.
Build your portfolio.
It's like an apprenticeship for the digital age.
I like that.
He's a big advocate for open source,
He is.
which basically means the code's available to everyone.
It's all about collaboration.
Yeah, you can learn from others,
Get feedback.
contribute to something bigger. And speaking of community,
Yes.
he really emphasizes joining coding communities.
Like Stack Overflow,
Reddit.
Discord.
Yeah, those can be lifelines.
Especially when you get stuck.
Or frustrated.
It helps to have that support.
To connect with people who understand.
I've been there.
Yeah.
It's all about finding your tribe.
It is. Supporting each other.
So many pathways to learning how to code.
There are...
Courses, boot camps, free resources projects.
It's about finding what works for you.
For your goals.
Your learning style.
So now that you've heard Pitt's perspective,
Yeah.
what piques your interest?
What are you drawn to?
Is there an area you see yourself diving into?
Like web development?
Or maybe creating AI tools?
Yeah.
Explore those resources we talked about.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that resonate with you.
The possibilities are endless. Learning to code is an investment.
It is.
In yourself and your future.
And it's never too late to start.
Never too late.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We'll see you next time.